Welcome to Mr. M Talks. Today, December 13, 2023. At the close, the Sensex was up 33.57 points or 0.05% at 69,584.60, and the Nifty was up 19.90 points or 0.1% at 20,926.30. About 2052 shares advanced, 1586 shares declined, and 113 shares were unchanged. Adani Total Gas 1002.80 rupees closing. Shares of Adani Total Gas tanked 10% after a 90% rally in the last month, as investors booked profits. The BSE and the NSE have put the stock under the short-term ASM, additional surveillance measure, framework. Shilpa Medicare, closing 377 rupees. Shares of Shilpa Medicare surged 5% intraday after the Therapeutics Goods Administration, TGA, Australia approved its Bengaluru Unit 4 for manufacturing, labeling, packaging and testing of medicinal oral mouth dissolving films. The stock shed some gains to end 2.13% higher. Equitas Small Finance Bank, closing 104.20 rupees. Shares of Equitas Small Finance Bank gained over 3% intraday after it announced the appointment of Senior Managerial Personnel, SMP, Ashwini Biswal as its next Chief Compliance Officer, CCO. The stock shed majority gains to end 0.3% higher. Karur Vysya Bank CMP 165.70 rupees. Shares of Karur Vysya Bank gained 3.3% intraday to hit a fresh 52-week high after SBI Mutual Fund purchased 1.2 crore equity shares via open market transactions. The stock, however, pared some gains later in the day to end 0.4% higher. Bank of Baroda, closing 227 rupees. Shares of Bank of Baroda rose 2.21% after the lender said that its board will on December 15 review a proposal to raise funds. The board will discuss and finalize the quantum of the first tranche of Tier 2 or sub-debt instruments issued within the board-approved capital raising plan. Indian Bank, the public sector lender, has launched its Qualified Institution Placement (QIP) issue on December 12. The floor price has been fixed at 414.44 rupees per share. The Committee of Directors, Capital Raising, of the bank will be meeting on December 15 to consider the issue price of equity shares to be allotted pursuant to the proposed QIP of equity shares. Bank of Baroda gained 1% to 218 rupees on December 13 after the lender said that its board will on December 15 review a proposal to raise funds. The Bank Nifty index was down 0.3% to 46,958 levels, as of 12:30 p.m. In the past 1 week, the stock of this public sector lender zoomed over 10% as against a 0.3% rise in the Bank Nifty index. Bank of Baroda's Capital Raising Committee is scheduled to meet on December 15 to discuss and finalize the quantum of the first tranche of Tier 2 or sub-debt instruments issue within the board-approved capital raising plan, the lender said in an exchange filing on December 12. Earlier, the state-run lender also floated plans to raise up to 15,000 rupees crore through Tier 2 and infrastructure bonds to fund business growth. Declaration: A below information is educational purpose only. Please subscribe and support my channel.